Subscribe the Unique Academy's YouTube channel and press the bell icon for latest updates and videos.
Hello and welcome to this brief session on UPSC 3 years integrated batch at the Unique Academy. In this session, I would talk about different aspects of this course in terms of the requirements of the examination, in terms of challenges faced by the candidates while preparing for this examination. I intend to cover different aspects as far as this 3 years integrated course is concerned. Before we do that, I would talk about the requirements of this examination, and I would also talk about the challenges faced by the candidates after completing the graduation when they start preparing for this examination. After that, I will talk about the nature of this course, different details of this course. Generally, people ask a lot of questions about this course. I will try to cover as many frequently asked questions as possible. Let us begin with the requirements of this examination. Briefly, I would keep initial couple of topics very brief, and then come to the information regarding this course. The requirements of this examination consist of many things. You can see that on your screen. This examination requires general study of different subjects. If you look at the syllabus of GS papers, GS 1, 2, 3, and 4, you can easily see that almost all subjects are there mentioned in the syllabus, which we study in our schooling. And there are some subjects which are not there in our study during the schooling of our entire curriculum. You see in paper 1, there is history, both Indian and world history, social issues, geography. In paper 2, we see constitution, governance, polity, the relevant current political issues, international relations. In paper 3, there is economics, economic development, agriculture, disaster management, science and technology, internal security. There are different subjects in paper 3. In paper 4, we see ethics and integrity, which again consists of different basic concepts of ethics. Apart from that, there are philosophers, their philosophies, and you are supposed to deal with the case studies as well. This is the GS 1, 2, 3, 4. And you are supposed to choose one subject as your optional. And the optional subject, again, the syllabus is almost equivalent to a degree in that subject. So one thing is pretty clear, that the syllabus is vast. And in order to understand any subject, any person who is a beginner has to begin with understanding of basics. That forms the utmost part of your preparation, utmost important part of your preparation, which will be helpful to you in all 3 stages of the examination: preliminary, mains, and personality test, which is called interview in common parlance. So basics must be learned first in order to go for the second stage of the preparation, where you are required to study something more than basics. If you look at the syllabus, you will understand that, for which you are supposed to read reference books. So GS as well as optional subject requires you to read different reference books apart from the basic books. That is the requirement. Third, you are supposed to also fine-tune your skills which are required in this examination. You will require number of skills in order to crack this examination. I am going to talk about it at the later half of this webinar. So let's talk about challenges. Having talked about requirements briefly, let me summarize them again. What is required? Number 1, you are supposed to study different subjects as per the syllabus. In order to understand those subjects, you are supposed to understand basics thoroughly. That is the most important, considering all 3 stages of the examination. Sometimes in interview, you are asked very basic questions about your subject. Third, you should have skills required to crack this examination. Keeping in view these requirements, let us talk about the challenges faced by those candidates who start the preparation after completion of their graduation. You can see that on your screen. A person who starts his or her preparation after the graduation generally faces time crunch. Time management is the most important challenge these people face, because they have imposing targets to be completed within 1 year. Generally, a person who has passed the graduation intends to appear for the examination after 1 year preparation. And in that 1 year, a lot of tasks are to be completed. You can see that on screen. You are supposed to cover the basics of all subjects, which approximately takes 4 to 5 months. Then the entire UPSC syllabus with the details which is expected in both general studies and optional subject of your choice. You are supposed to dedicate at least 8 to 9 months approximately for the mains preparation. And for prelims, again, you are supposed to give 5 to 6 months of rigorous hard work. Again, approximately. So if you look at the time required, it goes well beyond 1 year. And again, to what extent you devote your time in the early stages of this examination really decides your fortune. Because with a calm head, you can understand the syllabus, you can study for that syllabus from basic books and reference books that really form the basis of your entire preparation. That really requires some time. Apart from these two, you're supposed to have certain skills, and it requires, it's a long-term process. Skills cannot be developed overnight. It's a long-term process. At least it takes 1.5 years, at least I'm saying. So this 3 years course is well suited to those who have passed their 12th examination and who have the clarity of what they're supposed to do in their career earlier on. So when they start the graduation, or if they are in second year of this graduation, they can really opt for this course. Let's look at what all things are there as far as this course is concerned. Let me begin with the nature of this course. You can see that on your screen. Nature of this course would cover different salient aspects of this course. The duration is of 3 years, as you can see in the heading itself, 3 years integrated course. Generally, we conduct lectures on the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, in order for students to really do both the things, graduation and this course simultaneously. So this course is organized in such a manner that it enables students to pursue their graduation, at the same time prepare for the UPSC examination. Let's be very clear about this. In this course, initially, in the initial couple of years, something that I'm going to discuss later on as well, in the second half of this session. In this course, initially, in a couple of years, we focus on basics. So you can learn basics while you are pursuing your graduation. And sometimes those basics also help you in your graduation study as well. In this course, in all 3 stages of the examination, whatever is required for a candidate to crack this examination is provided. So guidance for all 3 stages is something that we intend to do in this course: preliminary, mains, and interview. So this is the nature of this course. Let us try and understand the features of this course. This course is conducted in online cum offline mode. So lectures would be conducted in online cum offline mode. What do we understand by this? As long as we don't have the government permission to hold a classroom session, we'll conduct online sessions. When government permits, offline classrooms would be held. So you would be in virtual classroom initially, and then if you intend to join, you can join the physical classroom as well. As far as online mode is concerned, we have interactive virtual classroom in which you will listen to the lectures, classroom discussions. Students are allowed to participate in the discussions. They can talk to the faculty member. They can discuss one-to-one as if you are in a physical classroom. So there is no difference essentially between a physical classroom and the virtual classroom as long as the dialogue is concerned. It is not a monologue that we generally observe in the videos that we see on different platforms. So it's a dialogue. It's not monologue. Both students and faculty members can talk to each other. So all the queries of the students would be addressed. In these 3 years, we have a lot of experienced faculties who teach their respective subjects. In these 3 years, we cover the entire syllabus completely. Classroom discussion intends to involve students actively. That really shapes their skills which are required for this examination. Say, for example, communication skills, which is at most important when you are in an interview session. So when students learn to speak up in the classroom, that really helps. We use audio and visual teaching aids for deeper understanding of different concepts so that students are very clear about the basic concepts. Even current affairs is covered. In fact, the analysis of current affairs, different current events which are happening, the analysis and UPSC perspective to look at these things is something that we do. Apart from this, relevant study material is provided. In all 3 years, there is special emphasis on developing essential skills. I would talk about it, don't worry, what are the essential skills. But in this 3 years time frame, we can really develop different skills in a candidate. Then overall personality development and building officer-like qualities. UPSC ultimately recruits people and recruitment happens for a job. UPSC is obviously looking forward to those kind of candidates who have that administrative aptitude. And in a simple phrase, we have mentioned it here as officer-like qualities. What it means essentially is administrative aptitude. Apart from this, there will be occasional guest lectures by the eminent personalities that we organize so that the horizons of thinking of the candidates is enhanced. There is an interactive sessions rather, with the successful candidates, our own students who are doing their job in the government departments, in different departments of the government. We sometimes invite them and they can interact with the students and students can learn a lot of things from them. There is performance tracking of each student through progress sheet. So parents need not worry about this. You'll be updated about your child regarding her progress in the classroom. There is individual attention and counseling. Apart from the classroom sessions, we also conduct one-to-one session in which a student can meet a faculty member regarding her doubts. The most important part, which is again an important feature of this course, is exam-oriented tests and feedback. Tests are conducted for both preliminary examination as well as the mains examination. So these are briefly the features of this course. Now let's talk about the detailed program of this entire course, year by year. What all things we cover in first year, what all things we cover in second year, what all things we cover in third year. Let's talk about it briefly. In the first year of this course, we cover different things. You can see that on your screen. The general focus in the first year is on understanding the nature of the examination, understanding syllabus, imparting the art of newspaper reading from the perspective of UPSC. So this is the basic that we cover in the initial months of the first year. Then thorough understanding of the NCERT books, which cover the basics of all the subjects. So the content of NCERT, or so to say, the basics of all the subjects are thoroughly discussed in the classroom. A relevant study material, apart from NCERT, which is required, is provided. More importantly, two aspects we could see on the screen: newspaper reading, other is the NCERT books. In the classroom discussion, we also established the link between the basics and the current affairs. This is an important skill to be learned by the UPSC aspirants. They should be able to connect their basics or the basic concepts with the current affairs that they read. Or, to put it in different words, you cannot understand newspaper or the current affairs material unless and until you have good hold on the basic concepts. So the interlinking of the basic concepts, or so to say, the static part of the syllabus and the dynamic part of the syllabus, that interlinking is something that we explicitly establish in the classroom discussion. We have topic-wise tests in the first year. And the first year, we generally focus on MCQs, multiple choice questions, the format in which the questions are asked in the first stage of this examination, that is preliminary. Apart from this, there are issue-based guest lectures as well. If there is something happening in the world as part of current affairs, there are issue-based lectures in the first year. So this is what we do in the first year, which is a very good beginning while you're pursuing your graduation towards the preparation of UPSC examination. This forms your basis. All right. Having talked about the features of the first year, let me talk about the subjects which are covered in the first year. You can see that on your screen. The subjects covered in the first year. So on the right-hand side, you can see Indian history, ancient, medieval, and modern, in schematic format, with special focus on Indian art and culture. Apart from this, which is not mentioned in the screen, but social issues as well. This is the part of General Studies Paper 1. General Studies Paper 1. So, couple of subjects of General Studies Paper 1 are covered in the first year. Apart from this, Indian polity and economics, the major subjects from Paper 2 and Paper 3 are also covered. So, there will be classroom teaching of all these subjects in the first year. Let us move on to second year now. Let us look at the general features of second year first, and then I will talk about the subjects which are covered in the second year. In the second year, the exclusive focus is on developing writing skills. You can observe step by step how we are really going about in terms of preparation of this examination. Initially, we focused on building the basics. Now, gradually, we are shifting on to writing the answers, which is the most important part of this examination. That is mains examination, wherein writing skills are of utmost importance. So exclusive focus on the development of writing skills of the candidates. Special emphasis on developing other skills as well. Right from the beginning, I have been talking about the skills. Let us look at them. One is obviously writing skill, you can see that. Apart from writing skill, there are other skills which are required. Communication skills, which is required when it comes to personality test, analytical numerical abilities. These skills are required, analytical numerical abilities, decision-making abilities. These skills are required when it comes to preliminary examination. And decision-making ability would be required even in ethics paper 4 and maybe even in the interviews when you are put in front of you a situation to analyze and make a decision based on that. Apart from this, the ethical outlook which is required. And make no mistake, this is not a general ethics we are talking about. This is administrative ethics, something that you learn in paper 4. So that also, is intended to be developed. And overall, personality development from the perspective of the administrative job, as I said in the beginning, officer-like qualities. So that also gradually we build. For all these things, we provide relevant study material in second year as well. Topic-wise answer writing tests are conducted. That means in the first year, there was test of MCQs. Here, you have to write the answers in conventional sense. That is called topic-wise answer writing, traditional answer writing. Those kind of tests which would be useful for the mains examination. Thorough understanding of NCERT books again, but this is regarding other subjects which are covered in second year. In the first year, we generally cover history, we cover social issues, we cover Indian polity, and we cover economics. In the second year, apart from those subjects that we covered in first year, those are covered here. So for those subjects, the content in the NCERT, basic understanding, is again developed. So again, a student doesn't get bombarded with all the subjects in this 3 years course. That's the biggest benefit of this course. So you get that time to really prepare thoroughly for different subjects. So in second year, different subjects are covered. I will talk about it. Let's finish off these features. Again, in terms of the subjects which are taught in the second year, interlinking of those subjects with the current affairs. The same thing was there in first year, but about other subjects. So here again, that interlinking part is covered. And again, issue-based guest lectures in that year in terms of different current events which are happening in the given year. Let us now look at the subjects covered in the second year. In the second year, we cover geography, which is part of General Studies Paper 1. World History, again the part of General Studies Paper 1. International Relations, part of General Studies Paper 2. Science and Technology, part of General Studies Paper 3. Ethics Integrity, part of General Studies Paper 4. Civil Services Aptitude Test, part of the prelim preparation. Current Affairs, which is required in all 3 stages. Introduction of essay writing as well. That is another skill that we impart. How to write an effective essay, which will fetch you good marks. That is done in the second year. So that really provides you a very sound basis for the third year, which is intensive study of the syllabus of UPSC with keeping in mind the difficulty level or the level of competition in mind. Understand this. So first 2 years are very, very important, which are generally not available for those who are going for 1 year batch. They are supposed to do the basics, and in 1 year we cover the entire syllabus intensively. So that sometimes really bombards the student. That's why this course is really useful for those who are planning for UPSC examination well into their graduation years. It is suitable for those people. Let us look at the third year now. In third year, final preparation of all three stages of this examination is something that we intend to do. So understanding of advanced level concepts and reference books. So in a couple of years, we divided the subjects and we focused on the basics. In the third year, all the subjects with the intended level of depth and the advanced concepts which are expected in the UPSC examination based on the syllabus are covered. As I said, let us quickly look at what we do in first 2 years. You can see that on your screen. First 2 years lessen the burden of covering the vast syllabus, number one. Number two, and thereby it enhances the understanding capacity of students, and thereby it enables students to understand advanced level of teaching which happens in the third year. All subjects are covered in much more detail in third year, keeping in view the level of competition of this examination. Again, in third year, considering the advanced level of teaching, considering the depth of syllabus, considering the requirements of this examination, relevant study material is provided. Apart from that, in third year, there would be coaching for the optional subject of your choice based on the subjects available at the Unique Academy. Then, topic-wise class tests are conducted. Please understand this. Topic-wise class test. In the classroom itself, while you are learning something, there would be class test or assignment, you can say. And then there would be dedicated test series. These two things are to be separated. Class test in terms of assignments and dedicated test series. In the test series, we have again two test series, one for prelims, other for mains. For the prelims, those are MCQs. All that you require is the right answer and the explanation for right answer that we provide in the answer key. As far as mains is concerned, mains test series is conducted, say for example, on one weekend. On the next weekend, that test paper is discussed. Model answers are provided to the students so that they can compare their answers with the model answers. And the last stage of this examination, that is interview, we conduct mock interviews. But before that, if a student requires something in terms of the guidance for the interview, dedicated sessions for guidance on interview are conducted. We invite eminent people to guide students as far as interview is concerned. The mock interviews are recorded on videos. Videos are made available to the students. When you look at yourself, your video, you tend to understand the mistakes that you commit. All right. So all these things are covered in third year. Let me tell you briefly regarding this course. This course is a really wonderful course for those who are preparing for their graduation and they intend to prepare for the UPSC examination. So again, I'm repeating this. 3 years integrated course at the Unique Academy is for those who have passed their 12th examination, who are in first year or say second year, doesn't matter, because first 2 years while you are doing your graduation, maybe second and third year, maybe third and fourth year in case of engineering or medical degree, you can do that here. And when you finish your graduation, the third year with full time, you can do here in this course. So those who have passed their 12th, those who are in the first year, those who are in the second year, they can really opt for this course. But let me clarify this. Those who are in their final year or those who have completed their graduation, they have to really prefer 1 year batch. This is what I intended to discuss. Thank you so much.
Hello all. It is in the roots, not the branches, that a tree's greatest strength lies. होय मित्रांनो, UPSCची तयारी आणि या तयारीचा पाया हा जर पदवी काळातच भक्कम झाला तर यशाचा मार्ग आणखी सुकर होऊ शकतो. याच हेतूने द युनिक अकॅडमी गेली अनेक वर्षे पदवी काळात विद्यार्थ्यांना तयारी करता यावी यासाठी IAS 3 इयर्स इंटिग्रेटेड बॅच आयोजित करत असते. यावर्षी कोविड पॅन्डेमिकमुळे निर्माण झालेल्या लॉकडाऊनच्या परिस्थितीमध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांच्या तयारीत खंड पडू नये यासाठी ही बॅच ऑनलाईन कम ऑफलाईन अशा हायब्रिड फॉर्मॅटमध्ये सुरू होत आहे. आठवड्याच्या प्रत्येक शनिवारी आणि रविवारी सुरू होत असलेल्या या बॅचचे डेमो लेक्चर्स पाहायला विसरू नका. इंटरॅक्टिव्ह व्हर्च्युअल क्लासरूमच्या माध्यमातून द युनिक अकॅडमीच्या तज्ज्ञ प्राध्यापकांच्या मदतीने IAS बनण्याचे आपले स्वप्न आजच साकार करा. अधिक माहितीसाठी संपर्क 9175991703 किंवा 9175991704. www.theuniqueacademy.com या संकेतस्थळाला देखील भेट द्यायला विसरू नका. Successful people in any walk of life are those who love and welcome the change. Thank you so much.